Hey, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We're at day 2, the trial portion of Turnabout Goodbyes. And here we go. Karma? That's right, Manfred von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know. Edgeworth. Huh. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Manfred von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. Ugh. So was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Something like that. And now he's trying to get you found guilty. What a creep. Oh wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose, to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years. He's as ruthless as me, times 20. That's pretty ruthless. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia... Maya? Uh-huh. You could really be using me as help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry, I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. Couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what a bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. Oh come on, don't give her a hard time. She's really good too. Just what are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. von Karma? Is the prosecution ready? Fool. Seriously think that I would stand here were I not completely prepared? Right, my apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well. Your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of this case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident. Now. Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were 2 men on the boat. Now, there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m., she heard 2 pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Testify to the court about your arrest, now. Wait, Mr. von Karma. Yes? Actually, I'm the one that's supposed to be handling these proceedings. Wrong. There is only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Yes, of course. You're quite right. No, he's not. A man called into the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all, but the next morning a body was found in the lake, so we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. I see. Very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now. 30 minutes after midnight. You received a call from a man? Yep. But you said there was a woman camping over there. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? That woman and the man who called the report are 2 different people, obviously. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Today I've summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping, Lotta Hart. What happened next, detective? We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Well, I'd say it was about 3 minutes. That's pretty fast. Our motto for the month is get there quick. Detective, you will refrain from casually revealing department secrets. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Do that, and you'll be able to look forward to your next salary review. So much to look forward to these days. Poor Gumshoe. This is no time for daydreaming. Continue. Yes, sir. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him. Oh wait, let's press this. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him then? Well, from what I saw, he looked pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Detective, the court requires the facts, not your opinion. How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got his share of objections. Yeah, he's objected to like everything I've pressed. Why didn't you think he was suspicious? You should know. We had a deep, trusting relationship with the prosecutors. Detective, the court isn't interested in your musings. Deep, trusting, poppycock. I've never heard so many flippant comments from an active detective on the force. Detective Gumshoe doesn't look good. Continue, now. The next morning, a body was found in the lake. Did you find any clues on the body? A single bullet was recovered from the body. It was shot through the heart, fatally. Judge, here's the bullet. It didn't strike bone, so its shape was well preserved. Very well, the court accepts this bullet into evidence. Look at that. .22 caliber pistol. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon on the boat. The murder weapon. A pistol. Detective Gumshoe, that is a vital piece of information. Please revise your testimony. Right. Sorry, Your Honor. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. Nick, doesn't it seem like Detective Gumshoe is being a little vague? I bet Von Karma's feeding him lines. His testimony is probably filled with landmines just waiting for me to press. What do we do? Grit our teeth and press, I guess. What else can we do? Well said, Nick. You're the man. Okay, I need to press that last one. I didn't do that. What about the pistol made it decisive evidence? Tisk, tisk, tisk. He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There were fingerprints on the pistol found in the boat. They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth's right hand. What? Order! Order! So, Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found in the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. Accepted into evidence. Well, let's take a look at the weapon. Is it a 22? Yeah, it's a 22 caliber. Fired 3 times, though. Members of the court, we now have the pistol used in the murder and the bullet found in the body. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Yes, the ballistic markings on the bullet match the pistol. Hey, Nick. What does he mean, ballistic markings? Shocking! To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Nick, he's glaring at me. Tisk. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Eh? Me? Ballistic markings are like the fingerprints of a gun. The barrels leave distinctive marks on each bullet it fires. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. It's quite accurate. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was, without a doubt, fired from this pistol. This pistol, which, as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. Order! Order! This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Well, Judge? I'd say it's almost decisive, yes. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. However, you wish to hear the witness speak, no doubt. Very well. I'm somewhat fatigued, and so I will take a brief break. I will call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. Judge. Yes? What are you doing? A 10-minute recess. Now. But wait, Just bang your flimsy gavel and get on with it, man. Yes. This court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? I know, right? Oh my god, he has like the judge in his fingertips. Oh my god. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. And that foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. True. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me, I didn't shoot him. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I can come up with. Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya? Huh? What? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry. It's no good. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here, right? Yeah, you're useless? What a dick! No! No, I need you here. You're good. I just need moral support, honestly. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. Even if you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. Everyone has their off days. Seriously, cheer up. Don't be so sad. Like, I can probably manage on my own. I've done pretty well, I think. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Really? Whoa. Right. Don't jinx this case any worse than it already is. It's bad for my heart. Oh? Oh, sorry. Whoops. And we're back! Court is back in session. Mr. Von Kammer, call your witness. Yes. Will Mr. Lotta Hart take the stand? Lotta Hart, you are a research student at university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. Don't add anything trivial or subjective. Understand? Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. So scary. Well, very well. Your testimony, please. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Enough. Huh? Judge? She happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo, accepted as evidence. Well, this is a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. Order. I will remove you from the court if I do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat, the victim, must have been the one who shot him. Yes, it was the defendant, Miles Edgeworth. Order! 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 I will have order! Well, Judge? The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant. Hold on just a minute. Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. You lose. Or, do you claim to have found a contradiction in her testimony? Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. And then, I will have you held in contempt of court. Nick? Contempt? Contempt of court, you know. I guess I understand. Well, what are you gonna do? Do you really think there was a contradiction in the facts in her testimony? I don't know. But I have to say there was, right? Or else it's over. I think I noticed one little thing. Wow, I'm impressed, Nick. I didn't notice anything. Right, let's take him on. Yeah. I got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Very well. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. Oh, shoot. Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. Just after midnight, you say. In other words, it was no longer Christmas Eve, but Christmas Day. Huh? Yeah, well, yes. I know you want to find contradictions, but really... yeah, that's kind of grasping. I hope your next contradiction is a little more relevant to the trial. Witness, continue your testimony. I was in my car. Why were you camping there anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. It's press. Miss Hart, could you be a bit more specific about your research? What does the witness's motive in camping by the lake have to do with this case? The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait, now I'm the one who says that. Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. Okay, yeah, okay. And this bang come up from the lake. So you weren't looking at the lake at that time? Nope. I looked after I heard that noise. She said that already. I asked you to find contradictions, not leisurely chat with the witness. Ugh. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Could you clearly see the two men? Just look at the picture. Clearly and clear enough for you? Uh-oh. Not really. Wait a second. I wasn't asking you about the photo. I was asking if you saw the two men. Yeah, well, of course. The witness has testified that she saw them. There's also a photo. You best look elsewhere for your precious contradictions. He jumped in quick. He's hiding something. There was another bang. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, Mr. Wright, not meaningless babble. Von Karma, I think I hate you. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. To what end? There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Let me see the evidence. Okay, evidence of his right hand, but in the photo... Look, someone's holding it with their left, right? That's gotta be something. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as a country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. What's the harm? I don't think it's gonna do much. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake. It almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Mr. Wright, the witness has answered the question in full. Huh. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. That's what I'm... Sustained! Yes, of course. Oh, great. Enough. I think we've heard all we need to hear, Mr. Wright. It seems you are unable to find a contradiction in the testimony worth noting. But, Your Honor, you keep your promise. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid that I will have to penalize any further outbursts by holding you in contempt of court. And if that happens, you'll have to leave the courtroom immediately. Understood? Nick. Lana's testimony is fishy, Nick. Real fishy. I know what you mean. But if I can't say anything, what can I do? I believe we've covered the evidence sufficiently to make a decision. Pass your judgment. Very well. Mr. Miles Edgeworth, please take the stand. Who said that? Or who was that? It was me. Maya. Is something wrong? Do you need to use the facilities? No, I do not. Lotta Hart, your testimony stinks. It's unclear whether you were actually looking at the lake. It's highly doubtful that you actually saw Mr. Edgeworth. Tell us the truth. This is a matter of life and death. Lotta, did you really clearly see Mr. Edgeworth that night? Did you see him fire that pistol? You will stand down. The court does not acknowledge the defense's outburst. Answer me, Lotta. What's the big idea, treating me like some kind of criminal? I saw him, I swear. I saw Edgeworth. Enough. Judge, declare the defense in contempt of court. Yes, of course. I'm sorry, but you were warned. Guard, escort Mr. Wright out of the courtroom. He is in contempt of court and must leave. No. Wait. I was the one who made the outburst, Your Honor. Nick is innocent. Ha! What's the difference? All that remains is for the guilty verdict to be declared. Isn't that right, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Wrong! Wrong. What? Did you hear what Miss Hart just said? She says she clearly saw Mr. Edgeworth. That was not in the testimony. That changes her testimony and have a right to cross-examine her again. Order! 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 You're in contempt of court. It's too late for wild claims. Judge, sustain my objection. Come on, Judge. Yes! Pull through. I'm sorry, Mr. Von Kammer, but I cannot. What? Miss Lottahart has made a new testimony. The defense does have a right to cross-examine her again. But he's in contempt of court. No, I am. If you're going to arrest someone, arrest me. Very well. Maya Fey, you will leave the courtroom immediately. Nick, I did what I could. You have to do the rest. Good luck. Thanks, Maya. You did good. You did very good. Maya, you're a good girl. I do not care for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I'd better find a contradiction in here or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. I saw it clear as day. The man on the boat was Mr. Edgeworth. Well, what about the other man's words? You cannot expect to be allowed to blithely ignore your promise, Mr. Wright. I believe you claimed there was a contradiction in the witness's testimony. Well, find it, if you can. Mr. Wright, I have to assign you a penalty. What? Just for pressing? Oh, shit. Damn, that's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. What will Maya say? Oh, we're getting penalized for pressing. Oh shit, the stakes are high now. That's it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I can find anything in that. What will Maya say? Oh, that's the whole testimony? Shit. Let's see. Edgeworth. Yeah, she could see it. How should I present this? This one? Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I wanted you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So? This picture was taken with professional, high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men in the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Kammer. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself. Miss Hart. What? Did you see the defendant that night? Of course, I said I could, and I meant I could. Now please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. I did it. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the cart. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. When I heard that noise out on the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See? No problem. You used binoculars. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. This one better be good. Can I press now without being punished? Oh my gosh, so nervous. So once I was finished setting up my camera, grab back in the cart, let me see. Not much, right? Not much to go off of, but I have to press to get more information. Let's try it. So, how could you see Edgeworth? Now just hold your horses for a second, you hastily Yankee typed. Never find a gal where I'm from. Defense attorneys have trouble with that as it is. Nobody loves me. Okay. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got into the cart. Your camera? Yeah. It's got an automatic... The issue we're concerned with here is Miss Hart seeing Mr. Edgeworth. The camera has nothing to do with this at all. Objection sustained. He's not letting her answer any of my questions. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday, you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars, for that? I got doubts about your camera too. Was that really to take pictures of meteor showers? The camera is irrelevant to this case. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright, is the camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue this line of questioning. But know this, if you find nothing with this, there will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright? Wish to press further about the camera, there'll be consequences. I think so. I don't think she was using it to film meteorites, because or else why would she set it to like a loud sound, right? To like go off on a loud sound. This is make it or break it time. The camera is of utmost importance, Your Honor. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I will continue my line of questioning. Wow, maybe I went a little overboard there. Very well, Miss Hart. You will testify to the court about the camera. Yeah, I hear ya. The camera was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower. So, right, if it is, then why the loud noise, right? Why is it facing the lake instead of facing the sky? You're photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upwards to take photos of the stars, Miss Hart. Got you! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Oh, she was photographing... Your Honor, take a look at this. What was Miss Hart trying to photograph at the lake? She was trying to photograph Gordy. Miss Hart, this is what you were trying to photograph. What's this, a newspaper article? Gordy. The sighting at Gord Lake. Well, Miss Hart? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? I've Once you prove that I was down the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. Let's just double check if we have the proof. Loud noise, well... I don't know, I feel like isn't the camera... I don't know. Maybe I don't have proof though. Don't have proof? I don't think so. I mean, it would be the camera again if I did. Well, I don't have proof. Your ineptitude is entertaining, Mr. Wright, but enough is enough. I've had enough of baseless claims without a hair of evidence to support them. Well, alright, if that's how you want to play, I'll show you evidence. Mr. Wright, are you sure about this? I'm sure sick of that swarmy prosecutor putting me down, or he taught me so I get mad and make a mistake. Very well, let's see it, and no joking around this time, please. Here's a proof that the witness was trying to photograph Gordy, the lake monster. Okay, so I guess we do have proof. I would say it's the camera again, though. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Okay, that's the right answer. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, right? Thus, this photograph here taken when a gun fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. Well, you were trying to photograph Gordy, weren't you? That's why you had set your camera to respond to loud noises. Order. Order. I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Yeah, sure. Well, Miss Hart? You were camping there to try and take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah. Not bad. Are all you lawyers that smart? So smart, boy. I was down there trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Huh? That doesn't change what I saw, does it? Exactly. What you just used several precious minutes of our time to prove is nothing more than that the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. Hey! But as she so succinctly said, so what? It changes nothing. Not true. You were hiding the whole thing about Gordy for some reason, I know it. But what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. Miss Hart, why did you hide the fact that you were searching for Gordy from the court? Please revise your testimony. Right, fine, I'll testify. It won't change nothing, though. Something will change. It has to. And I'm going to spot it. Lada's new testimony. Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop it'd be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight out to the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash near one of the man's hands. And I heard another gunshot. Okay, so she saw a flash and then a gunshot. I was looking right at that boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hopes to fry.
Objection.
The witness's testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she's a research student or a photographer has no bearing on this case. There's no need to waste more of our time with another pointless cross-examination. I claim the defense's right to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Montgomery's up to something, I know it. He doesn't want me to cross-examine her because... Why? Was there a contradiction? Very well. We begin the cross-examination. You seem sure of yourself. You must have something in mind. Ha! That would be a first. Haha, very funny. You understand that this is your last chance at a cross-examination, Mr. Wright. If there's no problem with the testimony this time, we'll let the witness leave. I will announce my verdict at that time, Mr. Wright. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Lotta's new testimony? Actually, I'm not a research student at a university. Not important. I'm an investigating photographer. No, not important. I just what a scoop it would be if I put a picture of a monster. Not important. That's why I was camping on the lake. Great. That's all I was hiding. When I heard the bang, I looked right straight at the lake. What else to look at? So I watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash. This one. Was there nothing on the lake but the boat at that time? Huh? Wait, so you're thinking maybe he was shot from some other place? I don't think so. Nope. The lake was smooth as glass, and nobody was on the shore, neither. I better find some sort of contradiction in this testimony. If I won't be able to beat Von Karma any other way. There has to be something. There's not this one? Flash, and then another gunshot. Maybe I'll press some more just to see. There wasn't much else to look at. Yep. I don't know. She heard a bang and she thought Gordy was out there. I kind of doubt she wasted any time looking at a boat. What? What do I do now? What are you giving me that look for? Definitely suspicious. Maybe it's time for some evidence. Witness, continue. Hold your hush puppies, Pops. I'm getting there. So is that the one? Nothing else to look at. Is that some evidence? Let's see. Press a couple more just to make sure I get the right idea, because right now I'm still kind of unclear what I'm supposed to be presenting. Like, I'm not getting the logic here yet. Exactly what sort of sound was it? Well, I never heard one before, so I can't say for sure, but it sounded like a gunshot. It was a lot sharper than the sound I would have expected. Huh. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Well, could have like looked at your camera, right? Make sure you got the picture, or let's try it. Really, like, what's there to lose? Miss Hart. Were you really looking at that boat? What's with you? Of course I was looking at it. It was the only thing out there. Any normal person would be looking at it. I agree, any normal person would. But you are far from normal. What? Y'all want to step over here and say that? You were camping in the lake to take a picture of Gordy. Think about it. What would you do if you heard a loud noise? You'd be scanning the lake for any sign of Gordy. That's what. You wouldn't give the boat a second thought. Order. Continue, Mr. Wright. You testified that you were watching the boat through binoculars. However, you wouldn't need binoculars to watch that boat. You needed them to search for Gordy, and that's what you were doing. Well? Huh. Well, now that y'all mention it, I did sort of take my binoculars and kind of scan the lake a bit. I mean, Gordy might be out there and all. Miss Hart. Are Are you saying that you were not watching the boat then? Sorry, y'all. I wasn't fibbing, really. I thought, I could be a witness to a murder and all. I kinda got excited. I was sure I was watching that boat, till now. This is totally uncalled for. But hey, you got the photograph, you have proof. Still, we can't see who's shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took this photo and... Witness. That's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole. Shut my what? What was she going to say? She took the photo and... what? Wait a second. She even had a photograph to prove it. But you really can't tell from the photo who's shooting. That's why she says she's going to enlarge the photo. She said it'll drop the quality a mite, but should let us see who's who. She enlarged that photo. Yeah, well, we need to see that. Why won't Von Karma let her show it? I've got a hunch. I bet that enlarged photo shows something bad for Von Karma. This is my chance. If I'm wrong, though, it'll mean prison for Edgeworth. Or worse. What should I do? Go for it. Make her show the enlargement. I'm like almost positive it's not Edgeworth holding the photograph. Holding the gun. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why has that enlargement not been presented to court?
Objection.
Because it does not exist. What are you talking about? You're the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart. Show the photo to the court. Show us the enlargement. The prosecution objects to the submission of this evidence. Objection denied. The witness will now show the enlargement to the court. Here it is. Oh, it's still unclear. But the left hand is much clearer now. This person is obviously left hand. Now, we still cannot see who's firing in this. It could be the defendant, or maybe it's not. Regardless, I'll accept this as evidence. Happy now, Mr. Wright? There has to be something. You asked for the enlargement, you got the enlargement. And little good has it done any of us. That's why I requested she not show it. I suppose this means that the cross-examination is over, obviously. Then, I would like to close the cross-examination of Miss Lotta Hart. And none too soon. That was a flagrant waste of my time. Mr. Von Karma, do you have anything to add? I stated everything I needed to when this trial began. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could possibly be required? Nothing, of course. Then I believe it is time for me to declare my verdict. Not so fast. Wait, it's not supposed to go like this. There has to be a clue in this photo somewhere. There is! This is bad, real bad. What should I do? Yes, object to the enlargement. Your Honor, there is something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? Mr. Wright, you showed the court what you mean. What about this photo is strange? Okay, here goes nothing. I'll show the judge what's strange about this photo. Ah, finally, it's the hand, man. Here, Your Honor. The shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What about the shooter is strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol, Your Honor. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. This man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. Bam! The evidence is clear. The man in this photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, the prints on the murder weapon were from Edgeworth's right hand. Ergo, the man shooting the pistol in this photograph is not Mr. Edgeworth. Yes. Nice one. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I would like to reconvene this court of law. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. We now know that it is not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol that night. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Mr. Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot our victim? Precisely. As we have seen, there were no other people on the lake that night. Who but the defendant could have shot the victim? The victim himself is what Edgeworth said. Of course it's not Larry. I don't think it's Miss Hart. By process of elimination, it has to be him. There's only one explanation remaining. The man who shot the victim was none other than the victim himself. Order! Order! So, you're saying that the victim committed suicide? Yes, Your Honor. I can think of no other explanation. Indeed, that does seem to be the only remaining option. I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. But suicide is out of the question. What? An examination of the victim's wounds revealed the distance at which he was shot. The distance? The victim was clearly shot from further than a meter away. A meter? That's 3 feet. There's no way that could have been suicide. Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, are you sure of the accuracy of your data? Of course, I had already considered the possibility of suicide, you see. I see. Very well, allow me to state my opinion. Considering the situation, the shooter had to be the defendant, Mr. Edgeworth. However, the prints on the gun revealed that the shooter was not Mr. Edgeworth. This is a conundrum. Therefore, I would like to suspend proceedings for this trial for the day. The court orders the court orders the defense and the prosecution to further investigate this matter. Understood? Yes, Your Honor. Oh, he's pissed. Nice, I like that. That is all. The court is adjourned. Oh, we got ourselves another day. Phew, that was a close one. Hey, don't you have anything to say? No, I have yet to be declared innocent, right? Well, yeah, but what happened out there on that lake, anyway? If he didn't commit suicide, then who? The shooter was about a meter away, too. What? Don't give me that look. I did not kill him. I was just kidding around. Huh. Look. I'm going to go check on Maya. Oh. Right. Huh? What? Tell her something for me. What? Tell her to watch what she says in court. That's all. Yeah, I'm sure she'll be happy to hear you say that, Edgeworth. Jerk. I've requisitioned a transcript of Lotta's entire testimony. I thought it might give me some ammunition for the trial tomorrow. Of course, she didn't see the shooter, so the only part of her testimony that stood was the bang she heard. Okay, so that was day 1 of the trial. Next time we are going to continue off this episode by doing more investigation, hopefully getting us one step closer to the true culprit. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.